Check. Let's take a look at the back panel on this amplifier. A lot of people get very enticed by all the knobs and the switches on the front. They get very excited by it, and they don't spend enough time around the back checking what's on offer here. Okay, so there's some standard stuff. The power input here is a 3-point kettle lead type input. It's great because it means if you forget your lead or your lead breaks, kettle leads are very easy to replace. Next up, we have the two outputs. So you can see here it has speak-ons have a locking mechanism. We put the speak-on lead in, we twist it and it locks in place. You can mess around, you can pull on it, it's not going to come out. Here we have a fan. This fan is going to keep the amp cool. Simple thing, make sure that the fan is kept clear. Don't put anything in the way of the fan. Starting out here we have a selection of 2 foot switches. There's a foot switch that you can fit in to activate and deactivate the effects loop. I set up my 3 pedals before the song. I step them all on. While I'm playing, I use the foot switch for the effects loop. All 3 pedals are on. With 1 click, all 3 pedals are off. Below it, we have the foot switch for the mute. If you're on a big gig where the stage is quite large, you don't want to have to keep walking back and forth and doing all this. You have a foot switch that's out on a lead with you. You click the foot switch on, the amp mutes. You click the foot switch off, the amp is live again. Here we have the send and return for the effects loop. So the send, we take a lead out of here that goes into our first pedal. We go through all of our different pedals and then the lead that comes out of the last pedal goes into the return. So that's the effects loop. And then the last 2 things we have here are a line out and a tuner. Using this line out, I could take another rig. It sends a signal that's of the right level to put into the input of the next amp, and my master volume on this amp will control both. Finally, the tuner output does what it says. Basically, you send from here straight into your tuner. Even when the amp is muted and there's no sound coming out front or through the DI, you still get sound to your tuner. So it means you can tune discreetly on stage or in the studio when you need to. The very last thing, and again, this is just brilliant, it's a tiny consideration, but there's a headphone jack. I've lost count of the number of times that I would like to quietly warm up on stage or quietly warm up in the studio, even just for practicing at home, where a headphone jack on an amp would be a godsend. So the back panel features very functional, straightforward stuff, but the sort of inputs that we have are all very durable, very well constructed, easily laid out, and they're clearly marked so that you know what they do. Check. Other than that, it's very straightforward, very functional, and really well equipped for a good professional working bass system.